Hi guys. So I know two types of people in the world. One who absolutely love and adore Firefly, and the other type who don't know what it is. And on that note, let me address the second type first, people who don't know what Firefly is, so that I can give them a quick background of what Firefly is and my involvement with it. Involvement, attachment, association, something. Okay, so Firefly is a TV show. I'm saying that while holding a book that says Firefly. Funny, isn't it? So Firefly is a TV show that was created sometime in like 2000, 2001, around that time by Joss Whedon and Tim Minear over a weekend because the Fox network people asked them to create a pitch, and they did. And it is a space cowboy type of program. That's how they described it. It's a science fiction series, TV show, and let me give you the very brief overview of that. There is so you see this thing, it says Firefly, this one, the Unification War. So there's a Unification War where the alliance is being created and all the planets are being forced to join together in one place. And then there are people like Malcolm Reynolds who don't want to join that and they are against that, so they are in a faction called Brown Coats. That's why the brown coat. After they lose the Unification War, then he gets into a spaceship which is a Firefly class spaceship, and he names it Serenity, and he staffs it with people, and then they go away from the central planets more towards the border, towards the rim of the galaxy where the control of the alliance is not so strong. So this is a story of the 9 people who are on that ship, some passengers, some staff, and Captain Malcolm Reynolds. And then it goes through different. So he's basically an outlaw. He operates on the outskirts of the law. And the story is just this basic story, and then there are things like they have to do stuff which sometimes is like okay stuff, sometimes is crime that they do in order to keep flying. And that's the whole that's the principle, that's the guiding principle: keep flying. So that's the story. And then what's the story of the show itself? What happened was that Fox did not treat this show very well. They aired it, but they aired the second episode first. I didn't watch it when it was first aired, so bear with me. All the details are available online, a whole lot of them. So they aired it second episode first, and then the first episode later on, and then they kept changing the time slot of the show on the network itself, and then after 12 episodes they cancelled it completely. So by the time 14 episodes had been filmed, but only 12 were shown at the time. So if you buy a DVD box set for this, or you buy it on Amazon Prime, you would get 14 episodes. But at the time only 12 were aired on the television. So because of this, even with all the time changes and everything, the show was really popular with sci-fi geeks, and people wrote so many letters to Fox Network to not cancel it, to continue it. They did not listen. So stupid. It would have made them a truckload of money, many truckloads, based on what's been happening since then. So this is what happened, that the show was there, did not continue for very long, was cancelled. Fans tried a lot, and there is a huge fan following for that. It's like a cult, the Firefly thing. So after a few years, in 2005 I believe, a movie was created to give closure to the fans. So this is like, because when the show was cancelled abruptly, there was no closure, there was no arc where things kind of get wrapped up with a bow and then finished off. So that movie was also directed by Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon also directed Avengers 1 and 2, if you don't know. So Joss Whedon is like a god for the nerds in Hollywood. So he created that movie as well, and that kind of gave closure to the fans, but they were still not satisfied. And people sometimes raise questions like maybe it would not have continued as strong as it started because writing might have gone bad or something like that. Nothing of the sort, because all the products that have been created after that, the writing, the stories have been really, really good. So that the movie was created, the movie didn't give it made them want even more because the movie was really good as well. And this is how I got into this as well, that I had both of these things on my list, and then somebody suggested to me to watch Serenity because I like sci-fi, and then I watched it. I loved it. And then I read the whole story of what Serenity was, what Firefly was, and then I watched Firefly. And I wish I had never heard of it, to be honest with you. So I'm not doing you a favor, because once you watch it, once you like it, once you love it, then you always have that sadness in your heart that's no more, that there is not more of it. So after that, the fans actually created some funds. They collected some funds together, and they created a fan created movie as well, which was I don't remember the name of that, and I have not watched it. So that is still it still didn't die. Anytime there's a Comic Con, there's a Firefly panel, even after 10 years, 11 years after the movie was done, people are still asking Joss Whedon and the actors, is it going to come back? Is it going to come back? Are you going to make another movie? Are you going to continue the show? The panel for the Firefly, even after the show has been cancelled so many years ago, like a decade ago, is still continuing. Still people like them. So that is proof enough that the cult is very strong. People still love it, and people who are in the cult, they get their kids into that as well, and the kids love it, and then so on and so forth. It goes on. So I loved it. From after I watched the first couple of episodes, I was like completely hooked, and it is fantastically written. It's very well performed, and just like everything about it is so fantastic. So I can't praise it enough. I'm a cult member, so I would obviously say nice things about it. So after the movie as well, there are other things like graphic novels and comic books for more stories that continue after the movie finished. And this is, I think, another series. I had pre-ordered it a while ago, and I just received it today. This is another one, another series that is starting. So this is Firefly. This is part 1, Unification War, and then there's another one which I already have on pre-order. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but that one will come in another month or so. So I do plan to read it. It's a very nice, good quality. The pages are lovely, glossy pages. Glossy? Yep, glossy pages. And I like the smell of the books. Oh man. So it's really nice quality. The only thing that I feel is that I had to press it down, so which might break the spine of the thing. But otherwise it looks good. I can't read without the glasses. So, but I have tried with the glasses. It's very nice. We've got us some crime to be done. The language, the dialogues are so amazing. I think I have shown you some footage from that before as well. So this thing is from here. I aim to misbehave. That is a quote from Captain Reynolds. There are lots of other quotes as well. There's lots of Chinese that they speak in there because they have created a universe where the languages have kind of given input into each other. So there's quite a lot of Chinese. They do a lot of cursing, a lot of creative cursing in Chinese. I don't remember any of that, nor would I say it if I did remember. They're long ones, but they had some consultants on set for that as well. So yeah, that is the story of Firefly. I can go on for hours about this, but obviously I don't want to bore you to death with this. If you have not seen this, and if you are a fan of like action and science fiction, then there's nothing better than that. From reading so much of Robert Heinlein, I do know that it's not the spaceships that make the stories, it's the people's fears, dreams, their insecurities, their challenges, the troubles in their lives, and how they deal with them, how they deal with other people, the interplay, the group dynamic. These are the things that actually get us hooked onto something, and those are fantastic in there. For example, there's so many episodes. I can't even watch Firefly anymore because if I watch it, I feel very sad. The bittersüß, I think that's the German word for bittersweet. So I love it, but I also at the same time I'm feeling like, oh my god, it's not no more. Somebody asked Joss Whedon one time as to how does he feel about it, and this is the answer he gave, and I'll tell you this quote another time. He said, if you lose your hand, you learn to tie your shoes with the left hand, but you never forget the loss of that. You never stop missing that right hand. So this is how it is. So I think we feel the same way. All the fans, we feel the same way, that this thing, it might be a time, lots of time might pass, and we might not feel this thing, but we will still feel the loss of this thing. So yeah, so if you have something really good, if you create something really that provides value, whether it is entertainment or whether it's some other kind of service, then people would appreciate it even without. Oh yeah, one thing I want to mention about that is that in Big Bang Theory also they are big fans of that, because they are nerds and they are big fans of Firefly. And Rupert Murdoch is on Sheldon Cooper's hate list. You know, the list that you have? I don't have a list like that, but some people have a list. So he has a list of people like that, and Rupert Murdoch is on that list because he was the chairman of Fox Network when they cancelled Firefly. So, and I can totally understand why he deserves to be on that list. So yeah, if I had a list, he would be on that. So I hate Fox Network because of that now, because this was a horrible thing that they did. So the quality is still good, and if you are a fan of Firefly, then this is news for you that this is in the market on Amazon. Go for it. I will do a review for this as well after I read it. I have to do a review of the other book as well. I had started reading that, but then I started having the trouble with the tooth, so it was kind of like distracting me. So now I'm going to start reading it again and do a review of that as well. But yeah, I should stop. I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much for watching. This is, I think, the latest that I've done, 11:20. This is the latest that I've shot a vlog. In another 40 minutes, it won't even be Friday's vlog. It will be Saturday's vlog. So thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.